At the start of the season, David Moyes brought his backroom staff in, and they were mainly Everton players and coaches, you know, Phil Neville, Steve Round, Jimmy Lumsden. Paul Scholes had always been suggested as having a role at the club by Sir Alex Ferguson, but it never materialised under David Moyes. So within 24 hours of David Moyes leaving, Ryan Giggs has brought Paul Scholes back. He's involved with training today. Nicky involved with first team training today. It just looks like Ryan Giggs is trying to, you know, just re-establish the soul of Manchester United, the class of '92, just to give them the heartbeat back, which seemed to have disappeared under David Moyes. Paul Scholes was critical, but he criticised the players as well, but he was very critical of the tactics. At the time, it felt like, again, the soul of Man United was speaking, that the soul of the fans was suggesting that it wasn't quite good enough. There was no idea where the team was going. The players weren't playing well. The formation wasn't working, and I think Paul Scholes kind of voiced what a lot of the supporters were feeling at the time, and he basically said what the Ryan Giggses and the Phil Nevilles couldn't say because they were part of the club. You know, Paul Scholes knows exactly what these guys think, and he was saying it live on television. It had a massive impact. I think from that point on, it made it so much more difficult for David Moyes to kind of retain a grip of the club if he had it in the first place. I think a lot of the supporters would love this to be the start of things to come. They would love the class of '92 to take over of the club and Ryan Giggs be the manager, Gary Neville maybe to be number 2. That's the ideal scenario for a lot of the kind of, I suppose it's a kind of a fantasy view of the thing. But I think in reality, at the end of the season, the club's owners, the Glazers, will look at it. They'll say we need an experienced manager. Clearly they want Ryan Giggs to be involved, but I don't think even Ryan expects that when the season finishes, he'll be the manager next season. I think maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, it's something that could happen. But right now, United need experience, proven credentials, and somebody that's been around and won trophies. And at the minute, Ryan Giggs has done it as a player, but as a manager, he doesn't quite tick that box. And you know, after David Moyes, they took a chance. They can't take a chance again this time.